Yes, Landon, we know you have a dick fro. Oh, hey everybody. How you doing? Good morning and welcome to my wood. You're all on my wood. Anybody in there is on my wood. It's been a minute. Been gone for 9 days, but I'm back. And we're also today I'm joined by my sidekick, my dick handler, my nut sucker, Red Eye.
Oi.
What's up, buddy? And it doesn't matter. We're also joined by my very good friend, the man with the brain, Landon No.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon your time zone, from your friendly secular astronomer.
There you go. That's very clever. And also joined by the beautiful, the lovely me. I mean Luna. Hey Luna, how you doing?
All right, what's up?
What is by the way, I want to start off by showing a gift that Luna gave me as because I stopped and on the way back I stopped in Amarillo, Texas, and she came out and visited me, and she gave me a vapor, and it has got a bunch of oils with it. So I'm trying to. It's going to help me cut down, of course, and that's y'all be seeing me puff on this during the show. So basically we're going to talk about the trip all around and all that stuff. Oh, also I see Oculus in the chat. I am wearing the shirt that you can barely see because of the brightness, but it says I wear this shirt periodically. She actually bought me this shirt, so.
And he does wear it periodically.
Yes, I do. Anyways, it was an awesome. I got a bit of a tan. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a tan.
Yeah, a little California tan.
I did. I got a little Californification on me. There was a rub and tug place directly behind the hotel. If you don't know what a rub and tug is, it's a massage parlor with happy endings. I did not go and get a happy ending. I should have.
Yeah.
I got one in Amarillo thanks to Luna. But here's the deal: we pissed the black guy off. Luna got in my lap to take a picture, right? She was sitting in my lap, and there was a black guy there. Apparently didn't like it. When he got on the bus, he was talking shit about it. So I started saying, I fucked that black girl.
In the butt.
Of course, I mean, I made it like a big point to prove that I put my white penis in there and all that stuff, just to piss him off.
Well, hello there, Luna, and thank you for giving John that vape. That will help him.
It was lovely meeting Luna. We only had like an hour and a half together, but it was cool. She brought a friend out, a very gay friend.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was. I could tell in 5 seconds that boy sucked dick. But he was sweet.
Yeah.
He was a very sweet boy. Sweet boy.
And he looked fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did look fabulous. But I had a great trip. It was a very productive trip for the ones who hadn't been keeping up with it. There's a lot of guests that I lined up for the show that will be on, throughout from now on. Next week, I've got several guests on. And then the week after, I'm going to be booking some of the bigger guys that I met. I want to talk about one of the coolest experiences was meeting So Fane and Fat Pat. And the reason it was so cool is because So Fane is a fan of mine, and I did not know it. He walked into the bar. I was going to stand up, and I was going to introduce myself because I'm a fan of his. And all of a sudden, he started screaming, "It's Pimpmunk! He's a fucking legend!" And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe that this guy that I admired actually liked me. So that was really cool. It was a really good experience there. And they were the nicest people. Go ahead.
That was pretty awesome. I was quite chuffed to see that the photo of you and the certain gentleman. And I hope he comes on the show one day because I'm a fucking huge fan. They do some really funny shit.
Yeah, they're very, very, very hilarious guys. Really, really funny and really cool people too. And just like my type of people, because they're like he's like probably close to my age or whatever. And and some drinking motherfuckers, boy. Woo! They can throw down some alcoholic beverages.
I remember his partner was live streamed his wedding from his backyard or something several months ago, and everyone was watching it. It was pretty fucking cool. It's like they're definitely characters, and
cool.
What I think they're They're part of what's right about YouTube. They create their own brand and their own standout shit. They've created their own little niche, and I really enjoy this stuff.
The one thing that I learned over the week was a lot of the guys, like the so-called skeptic community or whatever, the drama kids or whatever, a lot of them are trying to get out of that, out of the drama thing. And a lot of them are trying to just do what I have been claiming that I've been trying to do all year, is be more positive and just goofy. Like some black guy, he was telling me he won, and actually, I think some black guy in Landon had a very good conversation about volcanoes and stuff. I didn't know that Derek's really into science, really into the stuff that Landon likes, and they were having a good conversation.
Yeah, I'd like to meet him because he plays guitar as well. So
I heard him play.
Likes a bit of metal as well. He does, so he's all right.
We was at a party and he was picking on the guitar some, so. He's very talented.
Very talented.
Met a lot of great people. And met a lot of people that I went. Okay, here's the thing. I met a lot of people that I wanted to meet, and a lot of people I met that I had no idea who was, but they turned out to be cool motherfuckers, right? So, just had a great time. I see Ryan himself is in the chat room. He will be on the show next week. So it was just an all around good trip, a fun trip. I got drunk a few times, like, ooh, hectic drunk. The first night I was there, dude, I threw a dude out of a bar.
He did. So tell that story. That's a good story.
Okay.
Give the build up. Give the, this is a good story.
Okay. Barbara, for you to see, if you guys know who she is, she's a YouTuber, very talented YouTuber. She's awesome, beautiful. And anyways, she was there at the bar with us, which is a bar called The Cave. I took Landon there. It's just a little dive bar. If you like dive bars, it's a great dive bar. Anyways, we was all there. We was sitting there, and these two little cholo dudes, little Mexican cholo gangsta, they come up, and they were trying to hang out with us, and I was being nice to them and everything. But the one guy just kept like touching her. And like just, unappropriate, very appropriate, it wasn't appropriate. And he just kept touching her. And finally she was like, I'm tired of this shit. Well, that's all it took. I took off my hat. I handed it to William the Fridge. And as soon as I handed it to William the Fridge went, oh shit. And I walked over to the dude and I was like, bitch, you got to go. And he went. I grabbed him and I tossed his ass out the bar. And then the bartender, I went into bouncer mode. And the bartender chick was like, okay, you don't work here, but okay. And the funny thing is, after that, when I took Landon to the bar, this is the funny shit here. We were standing outside, talking to the actual bouncer. And four
guy really good with a yo-yo.
Oh yeah, this dude is like fucking yo-yo master. But he's also a built old dude and everything. But a very nice guy. But we was out there talking to him. But 4 different times with 4 different people walked up and handed me their ID to get into the bar. They thought I was the bouncer. And I'd be like, no, it's him. So that one girl walked up to me. She's like, like, okay, what are you doing, bitch? But anyways, it was funny. They all thought I was the.
Yeah, you should have said, hey, $20 cover.
I should have charged them. Should have charged.
Hey, you could have split it with a real bouncer,
Yeah.
Exactly. But it was funny that they did that, and I started talking, and the black guy was like, "It's just the way you handle yourself, dude. You can tell you've done this." And I'm like, "Yeah," but it was fun. Somebody says Pimpmunk got bouncer DNA. Yeah, I guess so. But it was just. But anyway, first off, I don't like fucking people fucking with women that don't want you to fuck with them. Right? You shouldn't do that. And you don't touch complete strangers, by the way. You don't walk in. And so that little Mexican, and I was kind of stupid, to be honest with you. In California, where there's no fucking MS-13 or whatever the fuckers around there, and I'm throwing a goddamn cholo out. I could have got shot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. But natural instinct. Well, here it is. It wasn't just the natural instinct of a bouncer. I have a thing where I protect my friends. I've always been. I'm a natural defender of my friends. I did that with Shayra when I was hanging out with Shayra. It's just natural for me to try to protect people. I'm not saying I'm a King Kong badass or anything like that, which I am a King Kong badass, but I'm not saying that. Anyways, that was stupid.
Pimpmunk, you're a gentleman.
Yeah. Yeah, I am a gentleman. I try to be.
Yeah. Your mom raised you right.
And that's one thing that was funny that you bring that up is Armored Skeptic. We were having breakfast with Armored Skeptic and Shoe on Head. By the way, Shoe on Head. Ooh, that's one fine little lady. Oh, my God.
She certainly is a nice person.
I did not know she was. I knew she was attractive, but the videos don't do her justice because you don't really see her ass that much. She's got an ass you could set a glass of water on it and never drop a drop. That's a perfect ass. I'm sorry, Greg, but your woman got a nice ass. Anyways, but we were sitting there having breakfast, and I was doing my own, I'm a nice guy. I'm a gentleman. Right? I hand people things, and I was helping the waitress, and Greg was like, Armored Skeptic, he was like, wow, Pimpmunk's a gentleman. You'd have never thought that by his videos. He was calling me a dick. But
did you ask him that question that I told you to ask him?
I did not. There's Captain Kirsch in the chat room. Yay.
Oh, if he ever comes on the show, I will confront him about that.
Yeah, talking about ass, Captain Kirsch is Kirsch. She has a nice ass. But anyway, she's going to be on next week. And for the ones who are just coming in that don't know, half of the people won't be here until like 45 minutes after the show because of the notification system. And another thing is I'm on the secondary channel because I'm suspended on my main channel, but that's how it is. But next week, guys, like I said, make sure you tune in to see Captain Kirsch on the show because she is amazing. She's one of the highlights of my trip. I actually believe, you met a friend. I actually know I met a friend there. She's really, I know that me and her are going to be friends down the road because she's really cool people. And she's German.
Schmetterling.
But she's got a very, very good English accent, though. American accent.
No, but yeah, decent folk.
Yeah, they're all good. And it was just so much fun.
And it's kind of funny because sometimes it's almost like the really, 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 really so famous people were not as interesting as the people that, some of the time. I mean, I saw that as kind of a contrast, right?
Yeah,
the
none of us. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Some of the people that you think would be the more interesting are not as interesting as some people you may not. And that's the thing about, we're not, quality over quantity, I guess, because sometimes people with millions of subs aren't as quite as quality of people as the ones with 900.
Or they have to be put on their act, right? They're not always on.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe because one thing that's really remarkable about you, Pimpmunk, is your improv is just leagues above anyone else. So if you need to switch it on and be Pimpmunk, you can do that on there. Whereas other people might have to dress up for their show and get into the character and research stuff. They're not impromptu personas.
Yeah, and my persona's an idiot, so it's really easy to act stupid. So, yeah, but then, like I said, every day was a good trip. Now, there was a couple times where I had to do other things, and I couldn't, I missed Magog. I did not get to see Magog. Every time Magog was around, I was doing something different. So me and Magog did not get to see each other, which is sad because I wanted to see him, and, we wanted to talk, but did not get to see him. But, the day that Magog was hanging around everybody, I was hanging with my brother, actually, because my brother came from Palm Springs. And that's another thing I want to talk about, not just my brother, but all the other people that I got to. I hung out with Landon quite a bit. Me and Landon went to the first dinner. We went to Bubblegum Shrimp. I wanted to do it just for the experience, and it is an experience too. It's a nice little atmosphere. It's fun,
It's
and I had a good.
goofy.
It's goofy, yeah, and I'm goofy, so I had fun. I left my glass on the table though. Damn it! But then the second night we went to dinner, Landon took me to a place called the Park Avenue, right?
The garage at Park Avenue.
The garage at the park. They got two different restaurants in one restaurant. It's the garage. It's a very hipster kind of deal, right? But it was very good food. Very good food. I love those fucking meatballs, man.
That was they smelled good, and it was a farm. It actually had a farm there and a garden with stuff that was farm to table, sort of stuff that they did as well. And we had some. We took our time on that meal, right? I mean, that was. But if you think about all the alcohol you consumed during that time.
God damn! I just and I'm gonna tell you something. Those little bitches, Barbara and Karis, they can outdrink my fat ass easily.
But I think you started off with a mojito. You had a Maker's Mark thing. Because we had a really fantastic bottle of Barolo, Italian Barolo from the Monte region. We also had a Barbaresco Italian wine, and that was genuine cork sniffing wine there. Yeah,
it was a great day. It was a great dinner, and a great week. And like I said, one thing I want to say also, sometimes it may seem like we go at each other's throats, but William the Wedge, as I like to call him sometimes, Billy the Fridge, it was very, very charming this week. And he was very, very, it just made me feel like, I belonged, I welcome. And he was just a great, I had a good time with Billy.
And I know that this will piss off the alternate G-Man that sometimes comes in our thing, but I also had a really nice set of hospitable conversations with people.
Yes.
The other guy may not appreciate as much.
Yeah. There was just so many cool things and so many cool people to meet. And like I said, I'm not kissing her ass just because she's in the chat room, but one of the most genuine people I've met over the week was Captain Kirsch there. And, it just felt like, okay, that's one of my home. You know how I mean, women seem to like, and I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about I seem to have good friendships with women. Is what I'm saying. And she's just one of my girls now. I can just tell that. And then she's so cool. And Barbara as well. Just awesome people. It was such a good trip. And like I said, this is my third VidCon. And this was the best VidCon yet for me. And honestly, it was the best VidCon because of the networking. The actual event inside the building blows big sweaty testicles. I mean, it does. It's not that good.
But understand, folks, this is a business trip for Pimpmunk.
Yeah.
I mean, he's talking about going to bars and so forth, but the contacts he made.
Yes.
And the connections are very important for his business. And you don't need to go to a VidCon seminar or go to YouTube College to do that. It's connections, right?
Although Mundane Matt thinks he's got to go to every fucking goddamn class there is there. But
it's back to saying, it's back to who knows you and what they think you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a sarcastic fashion. Really, it's who knows Pimpmunk and what they think Pimpmunk does that matters. And so, establishing his brand and having people fan him that he was going to go and fan them is that shows mutual respect. Shows he's arrived.
It made me feel. I mean, look, and like Red Eye said in the chat. I hope you don't mind me quoting what he said. He said, we all need a little foot massage to the ego every now and again.
Yeah, that's exactly fucking right.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that did kind of boost me up a little bit. And you've ever heard the term a comic's comic? What that means is like it's the comedian that all the comics like. And it seems like I may be the YouTuber in a way. A lot of the YouTubers know who I am, even though maybe a lot of other people don't.
And because Pimpmunk doesn't really engage, you don't really engage in the sort of classic drama type stuff. Right?
No, I do not.
I mean, you do it from a humorous point of view, but that's that's for example not your shtick. So if people don't see you as potentially the enemy or the opposition or something, you're Pimpmunk.
Yeah, I don't try to like pick fights. Maybe I kind of did when I first started out, and I was into the drama thing, but yeah, I got over that shit real fast. I'm definitely not a blood sporter. Oh, I also want to mention this person. Hi, I think I'm real. Without a doubt, one of the coolest people I have met ever, and he's coming on the show too eventually. I love that dude.
He's really real.
He's really real. And his real name is Emmett, and he's just a cool cat. Landon met him and talked to him. I know Captain in the chat rooms had many conversations, so she can vouch for that. He is such a gentleman. He is, and goddamn, if you want to talk music, that's the dude to talk to.
And I would like, if I may, to be on a show where we talk classical music. Yeah. And from the point of view not of being a hoity-toity cork sniffing thing, but talk about classical music and how much of the music you're listening today is basically a retake on classical music. I mean, there are unique genres like the jazz and the blues from Mississippi. Those are regional things, but there's a lot of stuff, and so I would love to have this kind of conversation about you admire blah 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 by Taylor Swift or this thing by Madonna. That's actually this genre from 4 centuries ago that's redone, and it's not to say it's not original, but it would be to help you understand the origins of music.
And Ben, right? Everybody knows Ben's a musician. Ben likes music, and him and Ben was sitting there in memory. Jeff Holiday's woman, who's a sweetheart too, by the way, sweetheart. Anyways, we were sitting there talking about music, and he started talking about where this spawned from, an Egyptian music and all this stuff. So he was like really knows
quite encyclopedic, and I was popping the composers from the early Baroque era, and he was talking about this and that sort of thing. He's really got a really great sense of musicology. So.
Somebody mentioned, did I get a hold of Chris Ray? Absolutely, I did. See, here's the thing. I already knew Chris, right? I've known Chris for a while. I actually, the first time I ever met Chris was in a little private hangout with me, him, and Shayra. See, because Shayra's pretty good friends with Chris Ray Gun, and that's how I met Chris anyway. And I haven't talked to Chris in quite a while until VidCon, but yeah, Chris is always cool, little pocket human. He about this tall. He is so tiny, but yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, and very cool guy. But yeah, he's nice as hell. But yeah, I did. Go ahead.
Is he small enough that if you spray painted him with fake orange tan, you may mistake him for an Oompa Loompa?
No, he's smaller than an Oompa Loompa.
He's small? Wow.
Yeah.
He can fit in an Oompa Loompa's pocket.
As Mr. Spock would say, fascinating.
You've heard about microaggressions. Well, if he gets mad, he can make a microaggression.
Yeah,
no, he does little tiny nano aggressions.
No, he's a really good person. Really good.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm just joking. I'm sorry,
Leisha. Hey, Leisha, how you doing, baby?
Ambient made me do that, and people. I'm sorry.
Ambiance. The ambiance. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not. Well, I am dropping names, but that's what this is about, because that's where I was at. So I met so many people. I actually got to meet. Okay, I felt kind of goofy because at the last party of the last night, everybody was running up to this one guy, right? Everybody, all the bigger YouTubers running up to this guy. I'm a fan. So I had to poke Billy, like, Billy, come here. Billy be now. I said, who the fuck is that? Because I know it was Jack's Film. If you know who Jack's Films is, That's
And
what.
in fact, I had to ask. I had to ask Pimpmunk,
Yeah.
who this guy was. And
I
it was
didn't know.
Jack. Okay. And so he was standing there, and I said, "Hey, Jack, what do you do for fun?"
Yeah.
And he goes, fun.
His life is YouTube.
And that was about the extent of the conversation.
Yeah, but I actually talked to him a little bit. He was his actual name was John. I didn't know that, but yeah, but he's a nice guy. I think he's so enthralled in YouTube. A lot of these people, YouTube is it, because that's all they do, and sometimes it feels like that's all I do.
But folks, those that helped send Pimpmunk to VidCon understand that this is going to benefit you because the connections that he made and the guests are going to end up enhancing the programming that you come here to enjoy.
Yeah.
So you have done a great favor for his business, and you're going to see the results of that throughout the next year in terms of quality programming, connections, and other things going forward.
Yeah, it's a long-term thing. It isn't going to happen all, because I met a lot of different people and I got their contact info. And like I said, so cool people. Some of them are really, like Derek, some black guy, cool as hell. That dude is. And at first I wasn't sure because the first night I was there, I didn't really talk to him any. I was like, he may be stuck up. I don't know. But then the second night we just started talking and he's just a cool guy.
And of course, I did the classic line. It's like, "Hey, you're that some black guy that they talk about on the news, aren't you?" Yeah, I'm that some black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was hoping. Did anyone see the Florida man or a Florida woman at YouTube? Because I see them in the news all the time as well.
Yeah.
Hey, what about? Did you see Goat Dad, Bunty?
Oh yes, I met
Yes.
I hung out with Bunty a couple times.
Sweet.
Yeah, we all went to this certain house. I don't know if Jeff Holiday and a bunch of them rented a house, and we all went there. Well, that's another thing I'm gonna talk about in a minute. Don't always trust Airbnb people.
Well, although I'll also talk about how to avoid being scammed.
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. Okay, what it is, me, Billy, and Ben rented an Airbnb apartment, right? Okay, it was a scam. She didn't even own the apartment. She apparently did it to a bunch of other people. There was the DA was involved, a bunch of shit. So we had last minute. We were saying, okay, we're gonna be homeless, so we had to rent pretty much a cockroach hotel for a very expensive hotel price because VidCon. So I mean, it was an expense. We paid a good price for a cheap ass hotel, but we had to have a place to stay. So we ended up doing it. But we got scammed, but we're still trying to figure out what is the scam because the people don't get paid until Airbnb gets paid, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't make money.
Well, the way
car rental.
The way that this stuff happens, one of the ways that they do is they try to get you off the website, right? Mm-hmm. And they will try to do out of band contacts. I mean, one of the methods that scammers use is they'll sit there and they'll send you a link. And it may be, confirmation.airbnb.com.uk.
Yeah.
Something, right? And you think you're going to Airbnb, but you're going out to some subdomain that they've concocted to then you say, please confirm your credit card or please confirm, other sort of things. And the other thing that they'll do is they'll say, hey, I got a special deal for you. You can rent this car. I can have all this alcohol provided for you. Give me some money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important when you're using Airbnb, they actually have apps that work on your Android phone, work on iOS, or work on desktop stuff, is that you communicate only through the application, not even through the browser. And you communicate, even if they give you a text message, you always respond back through the application. And if they're doing stuff like give me this other thing, cancel, right? Just cancel and say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to. This is like if you're buying something on eBay, and the seller says, "Hey, I got an extra 5 things that can give you a discount," or this, the other scam. So stay within the application. Absolutely. Why? Because one of the things that if it turns out that it's not what it's not what they represented, they don't get paid by Airbnb. But I think she was trying to get you folks to
rent a car,
communicate with her to rent stuff outside of Airbnb and get your do credit card fraud and other sorts of things going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but we didn't. Luckily, we didn't fall for none of that shit. But we did get a place to stay. I pretty much stayed at the picnic table outside at night. That's because it was nice out there. But anyways, we did get a place to stay. And somebody asked me, "Was I'm going to actually talk about VidCon?" That's the actual convention itself. Like I said earlier, it kind of blows balls. But outside at the water fountain, Captain will know what I'm talking about, and Ryan, whoever was there, will know what I'm talking about. That was really the place to be. Because that's where everybody showed up, and that's where you get to meet people. And I actually got to meet a few people that I never knew, and you got to meet a few fans, actually fans of mine. It's always cool when somebody comes up and wants your picture and wants your autograph and stuff like that. That's always cool. I met a guy from Australia who knew who I was, Red.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was a bit disoriented because he was trying to figure out whether he needed a ground harness. I kept reassuring him we're on the flat, not part of the flat Earth. So
I mean, it was so cool. Yeah, it was all cool. Great experience.
But he was disoriented because of the driving side. We were driving on the other side.
Wait a second. Australia's fake and they're all crisis actors. How did you meet an Australian? I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah, fucking faking. They're not even real people. They're like aliens.
They're just crisis actors, It's like Alex Jones he's onto us. Bugger.
Yeah. For the people who's coming in, today's show's it's all about the trip, so I'm jumping all over the place. Now, tomorrow we'll be doing a regular Morning Wood show. We're going to have Swegta, Animancer, and Marshall Manson joining us tomorrow. So, yeah.
But again, thanks to your support of Pimpmunk, this business trip was very successful. He made great connections, and those connections are going to turn back to you, the listener, in providing quality programming in the next year.
Yeah.
But Pimpmunk, I have a question for you. So next VidCon, whenever that happens, do you buy VidCon tickets? Because that's one of the things I was hearing a discussion at like that.
Yeah, probably.
The party outside, and people were saying, do I need to actually really have tickets to do this thing? And it's like,
because you have to have a ticket to get to that place.
Yeah.
So what I'll probably do next year if I go is I'll probably just buy a community ticket. Because I did see something that I didn't like. Okay, apparently it's not just YouTube that's paying more attention to the higher ups and not the content creator. It's because like on the content creator floor, half of it was cut off for industry. So they were paying way more attention to the guys with the money, the big wigs, the big business types than they were the creators. Even VidCon was doing it. VidCon is not ran by YouTube. So, yeah, there you go. And I don't like how they was handling it. Like, okay, I understand they did it for safety purposes, but like now they won't even really let the content creators that are famous walk the floors like they used to because they're afraid it would, people will be too many fans in there or whatever. So it's kind of silly.
You have to tell them about all the little, the preteen screen.
Yeah. I agree with Kirsch. Captain says, yeah, that's why I did this year. Just got the community pass. Wasn't worth buying creator last year. We all just come for the hangs anyway. That's true. We all come for the hangouts and the little meetups and stuff. So next year, if I go, I'm probably going to throw $100 at a community badge instead of buying a creator badge.
But tell them about you occasionally hear this screaming coming.
Oh yeah, Like when some of these young prepubescent YouTubers show up, boys that don't have hair on their balls, all the little girls act like it's the fucking Beatles that showed up and like little fucking retarded cats. And it's silly. And that's another thing. Look, I'm an old dude. I'm 40-year-old. I was like trampling on little 10-year-olds.
And it's sort of that kind of screaming thing is actually something they try to encourage. And so having this buffer, right, that they try to keep the crowds away, they're actually encouraging the crowds to do that sort of pressing, right? That's actually seems to be part of the shtick. Why? Because VidCon's a business, and that's their target audience.
Yeah. And so next year I'm probably going to go as community and just hang outside like I did this year with the industry badge. And a lot of us would go over to and see, that's another thing. They cut off the Hilton. You had to have an industry badge to even get into Hilton. And that wasn't the Hilton. That was the VidCon people themselves that did that. Because I talked to a dude that worked at the Hilton and said they didn't care. It was VidCon trying to make industry feel good that they only ones that could get into the Hilton at the bar. So we ended up going to, was it the Marriott, Captain? Is that the one? I think it is the Marriott. We all ended up going over there to the bar, which is a great bar, by the way. And so that's where we all hung out and had fun. And then, you know, of course, the parties at night and stuff. And like, there was a couple times I didn't make a couple of like little parties because I was doing things with, I was being molested by an old scientist guy.
That's okay. We were celebrating your success.
Had a lot of fun.
Survived YouTube despite YouTube's best attempts to knock you down.
Yeah. And like I said, I met a lot of connections, and so there will be bigger guests on the show. And not just, it doesn't have to be like big YouTubers. I met a lot of people to bring on the show. It's the show that's what matters, not just the names. But of course, I am going to be bringing on some of these bigger YouTubers. I can't wait till I get Derek on and Emmett and all those guys. It should be fun. What's up, Corky? How you doing? So yeah, it would have been cool to see me on Saturday. I was there. I was at the party, but I left early. The last party of the night, so I was there, but I did leave. I guess I left before a lot of people showed up. Apparently, there was a lot of other YouTubers that ended up showing up at that party, and I wasn't there because I had to leave the next morning very early, so I decided not to get wasted that night. Yeah,
he was a responsible adult.
Yeah. First time,
only on occasion. Only on occasion.
The first time that week. But yeah, it was still a fun party.
You got a lot of people to sign the flag.
I did. A lot of people signed the flag. Chris Ray Gunn signed it. Bunty signed it. Shoe on Head signed it. A bunch of people signed it. So, Landon signed it. Got a lot of people signed it. Billy and of course Billy and Ben signed it. They signed it the last night before we all went to sleep. Before they went to sleep, but they did sign it eventually.
Did they hold out for a while? That's not nice.
So Finn gets his flag with his signatures on it, and also I forgot what I was going to say.
You also have a second place prize too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Second place. I already know what it's going to be. Actually, Vash is the second place guy, and he's gonna. I already know what I'm going to send him. I'm going to send him my VidCon badge with my signature on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what I'm sending Vash. Go ahead.
Dylan the Pickle says he didn't sign the flag, so it's worthless.
True.
Yeah. Oh,
well, then you convince Finn to give it away to you. See if you could do that.
Yeah. He paid quite a bit of money for it. He does that. Speaking of
both Finn and Vash supported your channel very, very generously, and all of the teams behind them. So thank you to both of those people.
Yeah.
And Oculus too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oculus. Yeah, Oculus.
Oculus is a bitch.
Yeah.
Oculus
sexy
said,
bitch.
Yeah, sexy bitch. By the way, I can say she tips, so I will read that tip in a minute. And you guys can do that too, because Vic kind of broke my ass a little bit. So tipping helps. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then actually on the way home, I got to stop by. I had a layover for about an hour and a half in Amarillo and got to meet the lovely, beautiful Luna here. And that was so much fun as well. I wish I had more time to hang with her. But she is awesome as hell. She got me this. She bought me this. And she gave me a hand job. And no, she didn't. That was her gay friend that did that. But we pissed the black dude off because she sat in my lap.
Oh my gosh.
I enjoy pissing the Negro fellows off.
And there was like those people like sitting on the ground. Like,
What?
I wanted to jack that dude's pants because he had like skulls on his pants, and I went to have him.
Yes.
Are you stealing all the black women's, are you, pimp? Gee whiz.
Somebody's got to cook and pick the gun.
Well, I can cook.
But no, Luna's amazing, and I'm glad I got to actually meet her. And I'm going back out there. I'm actually going to go to Texas. So for anyone who lives in Texas, I'm trying to figure out when the best time for me to do that is. I got to like finish up a couple things for the Green Bay trip before I can actually plan on going to Texas. But I do want to go out to Texas, to Amarillo. So if you live in Texas or the surrounding areas of Amarillo, please contact me because it shouldn't be too far from now. But I'm going to go out there and hang out with Luna and hope Corky gets to come out and all that shit and other people. So,
yeah, I mean, even like Colorado or Oklahoma.
Yeah, if you
Mexico, anywhere.
New Mexico has a lot of New Mexicans.
It does, surprisingly.
It was so funny. We went through some part in Texas. We had to go through Border Patrol, and they got on there and they was chat, and they what they do is, well, are you a citizen? And they watched this one Mexican dude. He said, "Are you a citizen?" I don't know. That's what he said. I don't know.
Should have gone the sovereign citizen route.
Where was this? Where did they do this border check?
It was somewhere in Texas. It was on the way up there. I can't remember where it was.
Within 100 miles of the border?
Yeah.
Was it? It wasn't in Brownsville or Houston or.
Yeah. That's Houston. I mean, that's something I hope we can get the courts to overturn, because I would tell the Border Patrol people where they could shove their question.
Oh, that's, you know how that ends? That ends with your window getting broken if you're lucky.
I'm not talking about being a driver. I said if I'm on a bus or a train.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. Like, for example, when I travel within the U.S., I do not carry my passport. I know it's kind of a thing, but it's a matter of, that's one of the things we have is the ability to have unimpeded transport within the set. They can't sit there and say, "Oh, you're a Californian, you can't come into Nevada or blah blah blah." No, that's not what they're allowed to do.
Yeah. I think that they ping you when you're coming across the border. If they just pull you up and do a check, and I think they can only ask to see your Californian ID. They won't ask to see your fucking passport. Yeah. If all you got to say is, "I'm an American citizen. Here's my Californian fucking license," and the officer goes on with his business for the day.
Yeah, coming into the United States is different, right?
Yeah,
you're coming in through. If you're in the United States, traveling within the United States, you do not have to show papers. You don't have to show your pass. You don't have to show your race card. You don't have to show your citizenship. You don't have to any of that sort of thing. You're not required to prove you're a citizen. And in fact, if you go to a citizenship ceremony where they where people become U.S. citizens, one of the things they explain to you is you do not have to answer. One of the rights of a citizen is you do not have to answer the question, "Are you a citizen?" Right? They give you a certificate, and say, this is for your enjoyment, but you are never required to show this as proof of citizenship. They're not allowed. And they know it. So.
Well, there you are. And we also went to, at one point in Texas, they brought, they had these drug cops come on, and they walked down, you have any narcotics? So like, nobody, of course, nobody said, yeah, I got some heroin right here.
Well, occasionally somebody gets that question wrong. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Can I change my answer?
But they had the canines and sniff under the bus too. So yeah, but I didn't have any drugs. I had drugs, but not illegal drugs. I'm glad they didn't search for kidnapped women though. Dude, you know that is something I think about a lot about when I'm traveling. When I'm on a plane or bus or train, it's like I look at people like, I wonder how many people are like sex trafficking right now, because that happens a lot in America and people don't realize it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, yeah, all in all, it was a very good trip, very fun trip. A lot of different things happened. And so if you guys got any questions about it, feel free to ask. But I met some cool people though. And Red Eye's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Just say yeah.
I think it depends on the state too. I'm just doing a little bit of Google foo, and it says, for instance, in New York, if you are not required to carry ID and you don't have to show ID to a police officer. That's in New York, but I've seen other places where if a police officer, but in New York, if you are if there's reasonable suspicion that you've committed or are committing or are about to commit a crime, you then have to show ID.
Well, there are many places where in the law where they can request you to identify yourself, and for example, even if you're like driving a vehicle, they want to see your driver's license. That's been upheld. But what they can't do is to ask me, prove you're a U.S. citizen. Now, coming into the United States, I need to have a passport.
Yeah,
that's a different thing. But if I'm in the United States as an American citizen, one of the things I have as a citizen right is to not prove I'm a citizen.
Yeah. Well, I did get a tan. Look at my face.
But so are there road stops now asking citizens for their fucking passport?
Yep.
What?
They would do it. Well, at least their green card or whatever.
What if they suspect you've not been American? They'll say, "Show us a proof of residence."
Yeah.
All you could do is rip out your state license again and go, "There you go, have a nice day."
There you go. Yeah, you can do that, I guess. But I seen a few people pop. A few of the Mexicans. There was a lot of Mexicans on this trip too, man. I felt like I was inside a burrito.
That was that one chick with the sombrero.
She was there was a black. We picked her up in Albuquerque. There's this black woman walking around with this giant fucking sombrero, and she rode like a long way. I think she rode all the way like certain part of town. I don't know where it was, Arkansas or whatever. But Luna seen her. She had a giant fucking sombrero on.
Yeah, and it matched like her shirt. I'm like, I don't think that's great. It was weird though, because she had like a tight like tank top like I have, or something, and it was just, I don't know.
And by the way, Luna's got a rocking little body, y'all, and she's soft. She feels good.
She has a great laugh.
And I stabbed her butt when she sat on my lap because my penis was hard. Okay. So the juice that I'm using is Luna gave me a lot of different oils too, or juices, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Which one am I using? It's not that one. It's this one. No, it's not that one either. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's this one. Here it goes. It's what is it? Vape Islands PGB. So it's got like a fruity, different fruits.
Yeah.
Is that a fruity thing?
I'm a fucking faggot. I think the next one I'm gonna try is this one. What is this one right here? What is that?
Is that Moo Moo something?
Yeah, Moo Moo's milk.
Yeah.
What?
It's like strawberry like milkshake almost.
What the hell?
So yeah, I'm really gay.
By the way, a question that someone asked in the chat, there's a difference between being asked to show identification and being asked to prove you're a citizen.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. It's to prove you're a citizen, saying, you know, and there are places where they can ask you versus, you know, not. But the one thing the citizens are not required to do in the U.S. is to prove they're a citizen when you're in the U.S.
Ryan says, "Well, there's the sound clip I needed. I guess when I said, yeah, I'm really gay."
Yeah, you are.
Fuck you, Landon.
No, I mean happy. Why did you think I was referring to something else?
Because that's what you was referring to, you fucking old bastard. Red Eye, kick his ass.
Bro, what? No, I couldn't.
Did you just say bro?
I just went raw. I also thought it was kicking
you
ass. So
gotta be careful because they're on the other side of the flat Earth and they can kick through.
Oh, true.
Oh my gosh, you can't.
Yeah, my foot will just come through the ground and kick you straight in the balls, man. It's like nut crush. It's like, how did that happen? There's a foot sticking out of the ground. It's crushed my nuts. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you something funny that happened. Me and Barbara were sitting on a curb sidewalk. We went outside. We was at the house that everybody was partying at. We went out there and we went out there to smoke a cigarette. And that's another cool thing. Every time I want a cigarette, either Captain or Barbara would go smoke with me. And I know that I'm smoking. This isn't going to completely make me quit right now. So I had to have a cigarette. It's been a minute. Anyways, was out there smoking, and I came up with my own convention. RapeCon.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, you know, like just like in VidCon, there's 3 different, stages. You have industry, creator, and community, right? Well, in mine, you've got industry's Rape Master 3000, creators, rapers, and of course, community is rapees. And the gifts you get when you walk through the door is some duct tape and a saran wrap bag. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I will not be going to RapeCon.
You gotta go to RapeCon.
No.
You hear what happened at TerraCon?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that chick Tara or whatever her name is, or Tana, not Tara,
that's
Tana.
Right.
Tana,
Yes.
not Tara. Yeah.
It went swimmingly well.
Well, what it was, they gave away free tickets, right? It was free. You get VIP, but they were expecting like the building only could hold like 1,000 people, and like 20,000 showed up.
No. That's not the worst part. The worst part is that there were VIP tickets.
Yeah.
But then there were free tickets. They were free to get in the door. The worst part was that the VIP people didn't get a VIP entrance, and they had to queue with the rest of the sheep for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
And they get in there, and the bitch basically does a no-show and just has all the flunkies running around going, "Oh, we've had to cancel it and move it to a different venue." But I never heard whether they kicked it off the next day and they were going to let everyone in for free again.
I think it was another brouhaha and it got canceled again. I think. And here's what my thing is. I seen her on Twitter. She's like, I'm gonna take complete blame for this. I shouldn't have listened to this guy who did all the fuck ups. So in her taking the whole blame, she still put the blame on somebody else.
Yeah, that's suspect. And
anyway, I think she had a good idea, just like with a lot of other things, just like that whole fucking Kilroy thing. Kilroy was a good idea, but they fucked it up.
Right.
I actually, the chick that created, one of the chicks that created Kilroy was there. We didn't speak though. I don't think she liked. Yeah.
Was it base mama?
Yeah. She didn't speak. She didn't speak to me because I don't think she likes me too much.
But base mama's busy talking to a fucking lawyer at this point in time, I think. Good luck.
She was there, but like I said, she didn't speak. She's seen me. She didn't speak to me. She doesn't like me, I don't think.
Bering has got a very interesting video, and he highlights some things, and it just raises some fucking really interesting questions about where did certain things end up going, and whose accounts did the certain things get funneled into, because it certainly didn't fucking go where it was supposed to.
Yeah. Oops. And yes, Ryan, there is a ball pit at RapeCon. It's a bunch of balls.
Has it got pee in it, though, like the other ball pit? If it ain't got pee in it, it's a pretty shitty ball pit.
It's full of jizz.
Jesus.
It's a jizz pit.
Jizz pit with balls.
Jizz pit with balls.
What, you say you just went around castrating people and just throwing their fucking nuts in the fucking ball pit? That's disturbing.
Dude, here's another story I got for you. On the bus, I was going to say something, but the black dude did it for me. There was this white couple. It was a white woman and her son. Her son about 12, 13-year-old. And the whole time the son was cussing his mama. I mean, calling her bitches and stupid whores and just cussing her constantly. I was eventually going to walk over and say something to that kid because he started to piss me off. But all of a sudden, the black dude sitting in the seat above him, in front of him, turned around and said, "Boy, you say one more damn thing to your mama, I'm going to kick your ass like a man." That kid went. He went silent. We didn't hear another damn thing from him the whole time. The man wasn't going to kick his ass, but he put the fear of God in him, in which he deserved, the little bastard.
Bloody oath.
Don't be disrespecting his mama like that, little fucker. Also, another cool thing, I was sitting at the picnic table, right, smoking a cigarette. This chick came out, started talking to her. She got me high in the motherfucker. Smoked some weed with me. She gave me this paper. It's one of the pre-roll papers for a joint that it smells like all fruity and shit. It smells grape. So if you put grape paper or something in it, you got some really grape shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd have to try that. Sounds like
she also gave me some candy called Cocoa Nugs. It didn't actually have THC in it, but it looks exactly like weed.
Okay.
Oh, I've had that before.
Yeah, it's for like a practical joke, I guess. But it looks exactly like weed. She actually works for the company that makes the stuff. Her company promotes it, something like that. I don't know what it is. But yeah, she was a cool chick. I should have had sex with her. Yeah. But I had sex with Luna, so it was cool. I did. By the way, I did not have sex with Luna. We did not have enough time.
Oh my God. Hey, what happened to K3? Like,
what's happening with K3? What do you mean?
He's
dead.
He's dead?
You said big ass bong he was smoking on.
Oh, yeah.
But what we got? Ball pits are mandatory at RapeCon. Exactly. And see, here's the deal. We're gonna have all the beautiful women I know, like Captain and Luna and Barbara. We're gonna have them wear strap-ons and rape the dudes.
Wow.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm for this now.
Listen, what about equality at RapeCon? If there's gonna be a ball pit,
must be a giant pit.
No, it's got to be at least a titty pit.
Titty pit. Okay. Oh, we can have back taco pits.
Oh. Nah, now I'm having flashbacks to the Pimpmunk episode. Thanks for that.
I hear Pimpmunk will be making another appearance. Pretty soon. Probably next month at some point. But make sure you guys check out next week, though. Nick, I think it's Tuesday the 3rd. Yes, this is the Tuesday the 3rd. Yeah. Anyways, Captain Kirsch is going to be on, and she's hot.
Yeah.
Her vagina is so hot it melts fire.
It melts fire.
It melts lava.
Is that technically even possible? How does one melt fire?
I said it. It's possible.
Must be.
Yes. It's possible.
Well, fire is actually a combusting gas. You could take that gas and recompress it to make it liquid.
Yeah.
Don't you use science to explain the way, mate?
Sorry.
This is
how dare you?
Now, this happened before your time, Red. But one time, Landon and King Crocodile sat there and had a discussion on how much you'd have to squish a testicle to make a black hole.
It's actually surprisingly small, and we did the calculations and we actually revised it and so forth. But yes, Crockett and I determined the Schwarzschild radius and for a testicle.
Right.
We had to. The big thing was a discussion about mass of testicles.
Yeah. So there goes to show you, I can make the smartest people on the planet even stupid.
Well, next time KC's on the non sequitur show, I'm gonna, when they're asking questions from the audience, I'm gonna ask him, did you calculate what the necessary fucking circumstances would be for a testicle to basically become a singularity? Is this true?
Because the real question was, to understand the mass of a testicle, whether it's a black hole or a normal testicle, is the same mass. It's the radius, right? What radius would you have to crush a testicle down to in order for it to become a black hole?
It's not going to be a very.
We then calculated the Hawking radiation that would come from it and how fast that thing would evaporate.
I reckon it's going to be around for a few milliseconds at best, and then it's just going to go.
It's actually surprisingly small. I mean, it certainly is. It was smaller than a proton, as I remember. But yes, and it lasts for an extraordinarily small amount of time. So all of the testicles that got crushed in the Big Bang, they've all evaporated.
God damn it! What if Pimp goes fucking super critical and his three nuts just start to form a singularity? We're in deep shit.
I did see the two neutron stars orbiting each other. Pimpmunk and Billy were orbiting. And someone pointed out, that if they had collapsed, they could have formed a collapse star.
Yeah, we saw
it would have been over.
That's a lot of fucking weight. We was in an Uber car, and we both of us was in the back, and I heard rubbing a couple times against the road. So we some fat motherfuckers. I've been asked a lot, did I see Worski? Worski was not there, and even if he was, I probably still wouldn't have seen him. I had no interest in seeing Worski.
Nah.
But he wasn't there. Anision was there, but I didn't see him.
Ice Poseidon got arrested trying to sneak into fucking figure.
I did happen. Oh, I did meet Joey Salads, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, and actually, nice guy.
Well, shit.
Nice guy. It was very, very polite and very, actually very charming. And we were walking from one end of the VidCon to go to the Marriott Hotel bar, and we kept getting stopped because he's a pretty famous dude, and people kept stopping him, asking for autographs. So it took us a lot longer than it would normally because of him. But he's a cool guy. I mean, I didn't sit and talk to him for a very, very long time, but he was cool enough. And I also got to meet a guy called Reactor, who's going to be on the show. He actually stayed with Captain. They stayed at the same place, and he was a very cool guy and a very nice guy. And he agreed to be on the show too. So there's a lot of people that I hadn't mentioned that agreed to be on the show that we're going to have on the show. So I got a lot of, like I said, I accomplished one of the main goals was to promote the Morning Wood, and I absolutely did that a lot. So
mission accomplished.
Yeah. And like I said, you meet connections. You don't want to like I'm not gonna bug the people I met, but there's possible collaborations and stuff down the road. So it's working out. Good job.
But I say you want to keep the momentum going. You don't have to hassle them, but you want to remind saying, and it's reciprocal, right?
Yeah.
Being on their show, they're being on your show.
Absolutely. Because I'm going to actually be on Ryan himself's show. I agreed to be on their show. I also agreed to be on AG Luck. That's another guy I met that's going to be on the show, maybe next week. His name is AG Luck. He has a podcast. Look him up. He's a very cool guy, very nice guy. So, Boy in the Band, he was there. I actually met Boy in the Band before. Couple years ago, Jacqueline introduced, and that's another thing. Jacqueline showed up, but I did not get to see Jacqueline, so I was sad about that. That's the one thing I was sad because I consider Jacqueline a friend, and I didn't get to see her.
Yeah. Yeah, and also you missed also a Boogie too, but that's a reason to come back.
Yeah, I didn't get to see Boogie because I was actually with my brother. I would have got to meet Boogie, but I had to hang out with my brother. Also, I didn't meet Blair. She was there. But see, like a lot of people were there, like the day a lot of them showed up at the convention. I was actually gone with my brother. So, and like a lot of them showed at that party that I already left at too. So, yeah, it just, it's like you said, there's a reason to go back and get to hang. Which I've met Boogie before though. So yeah, it's all good. Boogie got a little bit of controversy this week too. So, I don't want to talk about it, but I know he did. Okay. Oh, Red Eye's gay.
Yeah, well, allegedly.
Let me read this too. I got a tip from Oculus earlier. She sent $17.76. Got my new card. My tip shall commence again. Awesome. We need more.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Oculus.
Thank you.
I was gonna give her a big thanks to my son. Big thank you to Oculus. She's a big supporter, and I appreciate that very much. Also, we need more of those tips. I would like to at least make $100 this stream, but if we don't, we don't. But thank you so much, Oculus. You're awesome. I'm sucking on this like a dick. I'm trying to vape now. Everybody wanted me to vape. Luna even brought me one. She said, "Oh, I got you something." Pull out this fucking. I thought she was gonna give me her used panties, but no. She did give me something though. She gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and that was awesome. She's so sweet. I love her.
Me too.
But she actually is a very cool person. Luna is awesome, and I'm glad that we're friends. And Born to Band is cool. Yeah, he's all right. He's a nice guy. I really didn't talk to him this time. I mean, I seen him there. I know he was. I mean, I said hi, but I really didn't talk. But yeah, he's a nice guy. There's a lot of people there. Rucka. You guys know who Rucka is? He was there. I met him. He's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. I like
Rucka.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of fucking awesome people, and a lot of people that's kind of slipping in my head right now. Like they may not be major YouTubers, but that's cool, and that's another thing, people. You understand the YouTuber you talk to today that isn't major next year could be the biggest star on YouTube.
Yeah.
So make sure.
And I say, I found like this one person also was supposed to have million plus something subs or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they came to me and said, well, who are you? I said, well, I'm Landon. And I said, no, I mean, what do you do? I said, well, I support YouTubers. Oh, do you want to support me? And I said, well, who are you and what do you do? Like, well, I have 1 million subs. Well, and I said, that's fine. You have 1 million people following you. I'm not one of them. So if you could let me know, what do you do? And it's like, no, but I'm a big person. I have 1 million subs.
Oh,
you're just not getting it. You're not getting it. What do you do, right? Not how many people follow you. But that was, I guess, it almost like this person just reached the 1 million mark, and so that was the the glorious thing that they did, and that's all they could say is they have 1 million subs. And it's like, and I said, well, if you want my advice, be careful of YouTube because you're now a bigger target.
Yeah.
And secondly, have an idea of, say, I do comedy, I am a scientist, I am a person who does cooking. Give me at least something, not how many subs.
I am an asshole. That's what I always tell people.
And that was that's what I made that comment about, to you about some people that are big are not the most interesting.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. I'm big.
I have 1 million subs. Give me some money. Give me some money. I've got the millions. 1 million subs. Give me money.
Yeah, that's why I always say it should be about quality, not quantity of subs. But people tend to see somebody with 1,000 subs as like, well, you know, they're not this guy because he has a million, but a lot of times the guy with 1,000 subs is way better YouTuber. A lot of times.
Yeah, because that's amazing that person didn't know what they do. That usually, like you would say, you're a comedian, and and so to say nothing, that's strange. I don't.
That's what I always tell. When people ask me what I do, I do comedy, and that's what I do. Sometimes I'll do serious shit, but most of the time I'm goofy fat fuck.
Yeah.
With a little penis and a big butthole. What's that tell you? I just told you what I did. I'm a gay fat dude.
Wow.
Really?
I'm straight as you know what though? A lot of people might think I'm gay because I always talk about how gay I am. And I swear I like vagina. A lot of these people with million subs can't pull 20 people on a live stream. True. But you know, and but it isn't about, I mean, it is about the subs because that matters, but these days subs aren't that important. It's like, you know, are you getting noticed? Are you getting rated? That's what it is. And it's about your hardcore fan base. You can be like I was talking to somebody on YouTube today, and I've said this many times here. You can be a successful YouTuber with 1,000 subs. It's just, you know, are your fans pleased? Are they willing to support you? Stuff like that.
Yeah, if you're a YouTuber and you just happen to catch Richard Branson's attention, you're gonna be made in the fucking shade. He'll just super chat you like a heinous amount of money once in a while to keep you going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, if your audience is pleased with you, then you're a successful YouTuber because your audience will be willing to help support your channel and your dreams. But you gotta, you know, you gotta be entertaining to them. And it's, you know, whatever you do, like I'm a comedian. If people laugh, people feel free to, you know, to support the channel. And, you know, if you're a scientist, if you're a singer or whatever. And now I do not try to do niche stuff. Like I'm not going to talk about one thing all the time. I try to, like, me as a comedian, I feel like I can talk about a million things. You send a tip through Streamlabs. Well, let me go check that Streamlabs out. I hope it's $1,000. Yeah, I'm an asshole too. Let's see. I gotta sign in with again. I gotta give a sample of blood and urine and all this crap. Takes forever to sign in on this shit.
Is that Streamlabs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Well, I thought here we go. I don't know when, but I gotta find out when my suspension's over where I can start streaming on my main channel again. Oh shit! He sent $100.
Damn.
Well, thank you.
Oh my god!
Thank you. That is.
Thank
really
you so much.
Here's that $100 you asked for. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Now the stream goes for $200. No. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot, man. That's
well,
awesome.
There might be other tips coming on your way.
Absolutely. I hope so. It's always good. Oh shit! There is another tip. Damn. Landon says, "Oh, for the honor of the clock and the honor of your mom and pa." Landon knows that $66.66. You evil son of a bitch with that number. Thank you, Landon.
By the way, folks, this guy, after I took this guy to a cork sniffing restaurant, he puts me on the clock.
I did.
I didn't forget that. I just said, right now I'm not at my laptop, so I figured, okay.
But see, Landon gets it. Landon get like okay, I'm a dick, right? But that's the reason I think Landon loves me, because I'm a dick to him as much as I am anybody else. You know, yeah. Thanks for supporting Pimpmunk. Absolutely. See, Ryan, that's what I like too about my audience. A lot of times when other people tip, my audience will thank them. You don't see that in a lot of crowds. You know, not just the mods, it's just somebody like, hey, thank you for supporting Bill. You know, that shit means, and thank you, Landon, very much. You're awesome. And thank you so much, Dylan. That was fucking amazing.
Hey, Dylan. Yay.
That's it's
And of course, who else? Someone also tipped you too to this stream.
Yes, Oculus tips.
Oculus, thank you,
And
Oculus.
Corky too.
Did Corky tip? I didn't see that.
Corky, Corky as well.
She
Thank you,
did.
Corky.
I didn't see it. Let me read it. She
Thank you,
tipped
Corky.
$25. There needs to be there needs to be a pimp con. I would totes go. Well, there is kind of a pimp con. It's called The Gathering. We did it last year for the first time, and we're going to do it again. I think I don't know if you guys, the ones that's part of the committee for it. I sent a message saying that maybe we should push that to next year, because I do notice that D wants to go and some other people. So maybe we should, instead of doing it in September, do it like maybe February or something.
Sure.
I think it might be best for other people, because then plus I got a couple other trips I got to make this year. So because I got to do the Green Bay thing. I'm going to for my birthday. I'm going to a Green Bay Packers game, first ever game for me to go to, and I'm really excited.
That's really important for it. This is just a thank you to Pimpmunk for being Pimpmunk.
Yeah, thank you, Lander, for that. I wish I could get somebody to go with me though, to enjoy the experience with, but I don't know.
Is anyone? By the way, is anyone? Because you there are probably, you can probably get tickets for the game as well. So
yeah,
if you want to go and join,
absolutely,
at Lambeau Field in November, right? That's a proper time to go.
Yes. I keep reaching for my cigarettes. It's a habit, not just like the smoking part, but just a habit of grabbing one when I'm live.
I mean, I'd offer you some of my Antarctic gear, but it's not Green Bay green, right?
Yeah, I gotta get some. I gotta get one of those big thick ass Green Bay Packers jackets, and I'm also gonna wear some underwear, but it's not Green Bay Packers. It's gonna say Red Eye on my dick.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sue.
I mean, I think I say I have stuff that's red, stuff that's yellow, stuff that's blue. I don't have any Green Bay Packer green stuff. So sorry.
Actually, I'm gonna have to try and save up some money to get you to buy me a jersey while you're at the game.
Yeah, you are. We might do that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we need to promote this, Red. Sunday's the very first, or not the very first, but Sunday is going to be the Patreon private show. It's every first Sunday. The first Sunday of every month is the Patreon private show. So if you want to watch that, if you want to be a part of that, become a $5 or above Patreon. You can do it now and and be able to watch the show Sunday. It's a private show just for Patreons. Should be awesome.
What time on Sunday?
It's going to be at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time.
It shall be glorious.
Eastern, 17.
8:00, and we'll have guests on. It's gonna be fun. So it's $5 a month, and I lost a couple Patreons. A couple people cut theirs in half. I understand financial stuff, so we do need to try to build that back up too. So yeah, if you want to watch the private show Sunday, $5 and above Patreons.
Yeah, and it's always fun.
Yeah, we haven't done them in a while, but we're gonna start doing them every Sunday, every first Sunday of every month. And
thanks to those patrons that are in the chat, like the Corky one.
Yeah, and Red Eye promises to show his penis.
Yeah.
I made no such promise.
He said he's gonna put peanut butter on his dick, and get a koala to lick it off.
I did not
the essence of being a Cylon?
Yeah.
Everyone is twisting what I actually said. This isn't fair. I'm being discriminated against. You, as far as I'm concerned, you're all filthy road pirates trying to deny me my fucking freedom.
Yeah.
to travel in my vessel.
Luna heard him say it.
Yeah, I did.
It's macroaggressions.
You just filthy road pirates denying me natural justice. I'm a natural living man on the land.
But are you traveling in your vessel?
Yes, I am definitely traveling, and I am in a vessel. And on my, and I have 49 kilos of potatoes on board. You have no reason to pull me over, officer.
But haven't some of those potatoes sprouted? Couldn't they add an extra kilo?
They're sovereign potatoes grown in God's own earth, not under any jurisdiction that you recognise. You and your laws are meaningless to me.
Yeah,
let me be upon my way.
Realize, having 50 kilos of potatoes in your possession is a no-no.
It's illegal in Australia to have, Western Australia anyway. It's illegal to have 50 kilos of potatoes.
Question. Like when I've emptied this, right, and I want to put another ore but a different flavor, do I wash this out with just water or what?
I would. Yes.
Okay. I just want to is it okay to wash the two? No,
yeah, like with warm water.
Okay.
And then just take like a towel or like a paper towel.
Yeah.
And go through and just clean it.
So I actually enjoy this flavor. Go ahead, Leonard.
No, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead, bud.
So what if those potatoes are in the form of like French fries? Like would a average McDonald's in Western Australia
as Ryan himself has just pointed out, once they become French fries, they've actually become an entity. The potato is the sovereign individual. Okay. Once you make fries out of it, that becomes the entity known as the French fry, which is separate from the sovereign potato citizen.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Oh, it's my new hobby. I've gotten into watching sovereign citizen traffic stops, and they're fucking hilarious. They cite maritime law and shit. Yeah, Corky, yes, I am dead serious. Some of the shit I'm saying is basically word for word what these fuckers say. When the police officers pull them up, the cops will go, ID and license ID and registration because you were just speeding. And they go, what's your badge number? And they'll go into this, they'll pull out their fucking script and they'll start reading off this pre-prepared script. And it basically goes, I am traveling in my vessel. And they'll go, you're in your motor vehicle, sir, driving down the road. So I'm not driving down the road, I'm traveling in my vessel. And it usually ends with the cops just getting the shits and just getting a finger grip on the windows and pulling back on the window, and it just goes, and then you'll hear these pathetic fucking wankers start screaming out the following line, I do not consent, I do not consent. And then you'll hear a cop gruff go, taser, taser, taser. And then you'll hear this fucking squealing sound of the sovereign citizen begging for mercy as they're being dragged through broken glass and getting their ass thrown down on the... Or even better is when they deploy a meat-seeking fur missile, i.e. they deploy a canine through the fucking window and you just hear... And then you hear the... Get the fucking dog up! Oh, God, just fucking chew my finger! It's so fucking awesome. It's my new favorite thing. Sovereign citizens are fucking idiots. Don't get sucked into that shit.
Yeah, because they have these international, so-called internationally recognized self-driving licenses, and some of them even have their own license plates for vehicles that are not tainted by state.
Yeah, and there's already been the highest court in America has already stated that if police officer pulls you over, and for whatever reason, if he suspects you of doing something wrong, you got a busted tail, just anything, give them your license, give them your registration, and give them your fucking insurance. And guess what? You won't get dragged out of a fucking broken window and tased and fucking get the shit kicked out of you. Don't waste the police time, because every time a sovereign citizen does that, they're preventing an officer from getting to a potential rape or murder. Yeah. And they need to introduce laws to fuck these assholes up, because they get into the court system. Here's the problem. You have a traffic accident with a sovereign citizen, they got no fucking money because they sign all this shit away to all their friends. They're scumbag pieces of shit like that living man.
Yeah, they do things like they say, well, Your Honor, the flag behind you has tassels, and tassels are only permitted in naval vessels, and this is not a naval operation, so therefore I do not recognize your sovereignty. And the judge holds him in contempt and throws him in jail, right?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So that stick we were talking about ID and so forth, that was part of this. In case you didn't know, that was humor. we were doing the whole humor thing, but yeah, it is pretty much a trip to see some of this stuff.
You know what else is funny? When I rape Red, and he leaves out of fear of raping us. That's crazy. Hello, Halcyon in the chat room. How you doing?
Hello there, Galen. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, how you doing? So we got about 34 minutes left of the show. Like I said, it's been like a little random show today about the trip and just being goofy and stuff. But like I said, all in all, awesome trip. Got to not just the VidCon part, but like hanging with Landon, which is always a awesome thing to do. Got to hang out with Luna, even though it was a very short period, hour and a half. But that was an amazing experience because I love her to death, and she's such a good friend, and she's so sweet and pretty to look at.
Yeah, so Galen, by the way, you're like John. I took Mr. Pimpmunk here to a really nice farm to table restaurant. Had great service. And basically, we took our time on that meal. I mean, I think it took like about 6 hours by the time.
Yeah, it was a long day, but it was nice. It was very nice. Always great conversation between me and Landon. The cool thing that we did underneath the tables when Landon gave me a hand job.
So all you did, you just went around putting your dick in everyone's hand.
Just walked around in everybody's hand. Yeah.
You just walked around VidCon, just walking up to random people and just going, do it, and putting your dick in their hand and just going, hey, you giving me a hand job. Thank you.
Yeah. Exactly. It was really weird when I did it to the kids.
Yeah. I heard the police officer didn't appreciate it either.
Yeah, when I stuck my dick in his hand, he didn't appreciate it either.
Well, that's ordering. One of the things that we had sort of a comedy show, for example, it was done in Italian style. So for the antipasti, we had things, a number of items. You had a large, you think of prosciutto. We had some really, squash blossoms with stuff with ricotta cheese. We also had the meatballs. And we also had there was there were these baked avocados with a really nice smoked tuna. Inside them. It was pretty tasty.
And then it's for them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was there for the main course. I had steak filet mignon, which was very, very good. With a nice potato. It was a delicious meal.
Yeah. Yes.
Now I'm hungry. Thanks, guys.
It was Italian. I would call it Italian American style. But we also had a great wine. One was a Barolo from the Piemonte region, one of the Barbaresco. So he had good wines there. We had cocktails beforehand. The maitre d' went and walked us through the garden. We saw the garden where they were actually growing all this food, so forth. We had a really good.
I drank a lot of alcohol. I was pretty drunk when I left.
You've turned him into a cork sniffer. Good God.
He also turned me into an ass sniffer because I stuck my nose directly up his butthole.
Did he make you drink cat's blood, boss?
It smelled like wine, too. He farted and it smelled like wine.
Oh, God.
Dude, speaking of fart, I farted in a black girl's face on the bus. And I did it by accident. Here, I did it by accident. Okay, I was dozing off, right? And she was sitting beside me. And I dropped my phone. So I set up to pick up my phone off the floor. And when I did, I ripped one heavily. I did not mean it. It went wrong and right in that black girl face. I looked over like, I'm sorry. And like, me too, you white motherfucker. No, but she was like, oh, it's okay, honey. It happens.
Wow. Galen said he had 3 filet mignons this weekend. Have you been experimenting with ways to cook them, sir? I don't know.
Yeah, fillet. The fillet minions are pretty good. That was a good steak, though. I had it was really good. I also enjoyed them.
We had a nice dessert, but you had a nice dessert.
Oh yeah, what was it? I had something. It was peaches. It was some kind. It's kind of like a mousse in a way, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Or like a but the peaches were like grilled in a way.
Caramelized.
Caramelized, yeah, very good, very good. But I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Sounds freaking delicious, and now I'm starving.
The service was excellent. I think, Galen, you would have said these people know how to do service. So
yeah, they gave me hand jobs too.
It's just the right amount of they were there, but then they backed off.
Yeah, they didn't just
let us enjoy the meal.
Yeah, some places it's good service, but they're constantly up under your ass. But they weren't. They were just right. They were really nice. And the waiter we had was a very nice guy.
And he actually moved us to between courses, moved us to a better table. So enjoy ourselves. It was a good stuff.
Yeah, it was nice. It was real nice experience. It was because like I said, it was at an actual garage at the restaurant, and you had a garden. All the fruits and vegetables they said came from their garden. It was like so it was, and you.
So the garage doors are open. You looked out on the garden there.
Yeah, nice. What's it called? Ambiance. Yeah. Nice ambiance. Not ambient red. Ambiance. The ambient came later when Landon went on a racial fucking rant.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was a nice meal, and I enjoyed the night before too. It was done. I wanted to eat at Bubba Gump. It was an experience. It was fun. I wouldn't do stuff like that a lot, but it was fun. It was fun.
I enjoyed because Forrest Gump is not my style of movie, and I've never been able to watch it all the way through. So when the guy comes and said, "Hey, you seen Forrest Gump?" Blah blah blah, and I'm like, "No."
Well, it struck a good conversation between me and you about actually we had a good conversation because a lot of people don't know this. The year that Forrest Gump came out was also the year Shawshank Redemption came out, and Forrest Gump dominated the Academy Awards that year and beat out Shawshank Redemption for the Best Picture, which in my mind is fucking crazy. Because Forrest Gump is okay, but Shawshank Redemption is an amazing movie.
Yeah,
amazing.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
But the thing one's cotton candy, the other's a nice creme brulee, right?
Yeah,
it's just not in the same league.
No, it's not in the same league. One's a good movie, one's a great movie. So no, I agree, Galen. The Academy is not. Yeah, I agree. It's not about. Yeah, you can't say, well, this movie, the Academy Awards liked it. This makes it great. It's not that way. There's a lot of movies that should have won awards that didn't. And Shawshank Redemption should have been the best. I mean, it's so obvious, though. It's like, it's such an amazing film. But
Galen's right. It's the Academy Awards is a corporate award show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there are people that sit there and say, well, your film didn't show up in enough theaters, so it doesn't belong here in the Academy Awards. Like, oh.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier with YouTubers. It's not all, just because they have 1 million subs don't make their content better than the guy with 1,000 subs. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that's got amazing content, but don't have the following.
Yeah, and as again, to talk about in terms of film review, reviewing a film does not mean you try to come up with witty insults to the film.
No.
It's an analysis of the film, knowing the genre, and
exactly.
talking about the what went well and what didn't work well, and putting it in context, the historical context, if there is anything. Those are things that are a reward, not being edgy and saying shitlord type things.
I wonder who that's a shot at. I'm just saying. Who that's a shot at? But now see me, Galen knows this about me. When I talk about film, okay, one of the things that like when I'm having like a long conversation about a movie, it isn't just the acting or it's everything. The setting of the film, like what kind of room they're in, how their gestures are. That's what I look for. But anyways, it's just me.
Mm.
And Galen sucks cock too. I'm going to review Galen's blowjobs.
Yeah, Galen is a philosophy of art connoisseur that includes film.
He's a connoisseur of cock. That is what he connoisseurs. the penis.
Wow.
The penis.
The pecker.
The pecker. Nah, he is a connoisseur of art. He really is. By the way, he calls my penis art.
I'm a connoisseur of the cheapest food in the supermarket.
I'm a connoisseur of Pop-Tarts and macaroni and cheese. Oh, by the way, we had mac and cheese at Bubba Gumps. That was good mac and cheese, too.
Yeah. By the way, see you, Oculus. Enjoy your meal. But yes, the mac and cheese at there was a shrimp mac and cheese situation.
Good stuff. Yeah, it was all. Yeah, it was that meal at the garage. That was a great. Well, the Park Avenue / the garage. It was a great meal, a great fun, and that's another thing. You know, it makes the meal good is the conversation. And me and Landon always have great conversations. I enjoy talking to that man more than I do anybody, just about, except my mama. I rather talk to my mama than Galen, than Landon. But I like to talk to Galen too. Galen just wears me down and beats me up and insults me. Now, Galen's a great conversationalist. You know, so yeah, I enjoy like when we all had dinner with Galen in New Orleans. Great conversation, man. And that's a part of it. When you have a dinner like that, it isn't just the food; it's the people you're with.
And that's why you want to take. And I love those Italian styles. You take your time, you digest, you contemplate the next thing, you have a discussion, you may have a little aperitif, you have something between the meals, little digestif. So those are things that are really make a meal great.
Yes, sir. We haven't spoken in months. Now we hadn't really had a long conversation in a while. We will though. I hope we will. I'm hoping to come back to New Orleans one day, and I want to go back to Dookie Chase. I love that place.
Yeah,
I love Dookie Chase. That's a good
and also to get some of Galen's food because he is an amazing cook.
Absolutely.
He's an artist in the kitchen.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm an artist in the bathroom.
I'm sorry, however, Pimpmunk, that we didn't have anyone showing up to the garage shouting at people for political reasons. We couldn't quite arrange. That's a new thing, apparently, is people showing up to restaurants and yelling at people they don't like.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's so rude.
All I say is never try that at a place that Galen's managing.
Yeah.
It's fine. You will see the wrath. Okay, I don't care who it is. It could even be dead Scalia there being served. If you pull that stuff with Galen there, you will see the wrath.
You come at me yelling at me when I'm eating, I'm liable to fucking punch you in the throat.
Yeah, everyone needs to be treated nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you get between me and a meal, you're getting stabbed in the leg.
Yeah. Stab right in the motherfucking leg.
Yep. Right in the calf muscle. Just jab. Get the fuck away from your meetings.
Because they jab it through the earth and it comes up the other side. And
oh my God.
Make sure
sneak attack.
Make sure you guys check out tomorrow's show. We've got Swagta, Animancer, Marshall Manson, and of course Red Eye will be with me. Yeah. And like I said, Red Eye was originally Red Eye was going to take a break, but then Red Eye kind of me. I can't do it, boss. I gotta be with you.
I pussied out of pussy and out. What?
Yeah. For the record, on the Scalia thing, the restaurant had closed. Yeah. There were no longer patrons in there. I knew where Scalia's photo was. It was to the photo as a private expression. I did not yell at there. I would not do that sort of thing to somebody.
Bye, Captain. Glad you can stop by. That's my girl. So we'll see you later, babe.
Bye.
She'll be on next week, by the way. So yeah.
Why does everyone keep talking about food? It's like nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing open, and I really would like to go to a Fat Chicken and get a hamburger now. God damn it!
Fat Chicken. Where's that?
Well, when did Is that the latest? Is it called Fat Chicken in your area?
Yeah, it's just a local food place. It's a
Is that like a fat burger?
Well, there was a TV show called Fat Pizza in Australia, and it was pretty fucking funny. And this is a piss take on Fat Pizza. They just started up a chicken shop. They called it Fat Pizza. We're Greeks. We'll do a Greek style chickeny sort of restaurant with burgers and everything. And it's just really good food.
Well, there is a fat burger chain here in America, right, Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two. I think there's 2 or 3 stores, and they're fat chicken stores, and the food's really good. Like I fucking love eating there. I don't go to Macca's anymore. It's like their burgers are heaps better.
You know, everybody bitches about Denny's, right? But the other night, like 4:30 in the morning, I was up and I was hungry, and there's a Denny's across the street. So I walked over there. I enjoyed that fucking breakfast. So fuck y'all.
I thought he went to a Sambo's.
Sambo's. Ooh, they're racist. Dude, Ben tripped out when he found out that there's actually a place called Tar Babies. And he was like, I can't believe that. Yeah, it is. By the way, I
describing all these things.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it was one of those Myrtle Beach things. I think the best part of it was at the front, they were selling Bibles and they were selling books about the Tar Baby myth and some of this other sort of stuff. It was kind of this combination of Bible study and other paraphernalia at the front you could buy. As
by the way, I just want to say this to somebody in the chat room. I tree you. Anyways. Yeah. So anyways, try to get back on the trip a little bit. Like I said, I met a lot of cool people, not just big YouTubers, but just everybody that I met. A lot of them, so many cool people, and like it's always a nice experience when people treat people like your content. And so I met several people who came up to me like, "Oh, love you, Pimpmunk, have your autographs." So that made me feel good, and so it was a good trip. Like I said, great experience with Landon, great experience with Luna. Got to see my brother, which was a great experience. And I'm all in all, to wrap it up, I'm very pleased with the trip I took this time. So, yeah.
Yes. I'd say it was a success.
It was. Got a lot of guests booked for the show and stuff like that. Some possible collaborations down the road. So it's all, looking good. Looking good. And Landon got naked and got me pregnant.
Wow.
That was a scientific feat.
Again? This happened last year, but you kept it on the down low. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I had this year I'm pregnant with triplets.
I blame Ambien.
Ambien, baby. But we're going to actually end the show in 6 minutes. We ended 10 minutes early today. So if you got any questions about VidCon or anything, please ask. Me, Landon, Luna, Red Eye. Nobody wants to ask Red Eye shit, though. Yeah,
because I know everything about VidCon because I've been every single... Wait, no, I've never been to VidCon. Fuck.
But, but yeah, we're going to end it, like I said, in 6 minutes. And if you want to tip again, please do. Also, if you want to be a part of that Patreon show Sunday, become a $5 above Patreon and you get to see the show. First Sunday of every month, we will have a private show for patrons, and it's going to be bomb diggity, yo.
Is that going to be in a private location? Or
yeah, it's going to be a private show. It's probably the first one's probably going to be on YouTube. It's going to be private. But then we're gonna have to figure out what to do on the other hand. But we'll do it though.
There are. I was going to ask if there are things that YouTube might demonetize you for, but hopefully you can find a way to have those private hangouts in a place that is more mature in its community guidelines.
Can you see the flag? Oh, the flag came out great. It's in another room right now, but I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's a good idea to show the flag because legal tobacco flag. But Landon seen it. Landon signed it. He's seen all the bunch of signatures on it, isn't it, Landon?
Yep. It's got a bunch of good signatures.
Yeah.
The stripes of the flag have had respectful signatures put on them because it's a respectful flag of all legal things, certainly legal in the state of California.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of signature. Who was there that was worth the damn? Well, worth the damn to you? Probably none of them, Galen, because you don't like nobody, goddammit. But I was there. Now I don't know, Galen. I don't know who you like. Chris Reagan.
I think the musicologist guy that was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And the some black guy was pretty good.
Some black guy, yeah. There's a bunch of them there. Bunty King was there. Bunch of fucking people. And a lot of them I didn't actually meet, but then there wasn't but one that I'm gonna say that I actually met that I thought was too cocky for his bridge. I'm not gonna say his name. I ain't trying to start no drama. I'm trying to be more positive. But there was one there that I kind of thought was a little too cocky. And he thinks his shit doesn't stink, but whatever.
Galen wants to know who.
No, I'm not gonna say. Can we say? But no, I'd rather not show the flag because I don't want to get in no trouble. But yeah, it's signed and everything. And like I said, the Vash, who was basically second place, I'm going to send him my VidCon badge with my name on it. So I mean, I think that's a pretty good second place. So.
Galen's gone. Just a hint.
Galen's crazy.
Galen wants to start the drama.
He likes it. He's the drama.
He's just walking past a dumpster and casually just flicks a lit match into it and just keeps walking past.
So if you notice, I did smoke less cigarettes in this show than I ever have, thanks to the vapor which Luna gave to me. I only smoked like 2 or 3, maybe. I know it's not great, but I'm trying to cut down. So
you did a good job.
Yeah.
Mine just fucking died, so it's all like red.
By the way, Luna's hair is cool in person. I touched it several times.
I was like, "Are you doing?" He's like,
touching it. By the way, several people commented to me on the picture that I saw that Luna's looking at. People like, Luna look like she in love with your ass. The way she's looking up at me, I was like, she is in love with me. Everybody's in love with me, including Galen. But all in all, great fucking trip. Had a blast. Probably gonna do it again next year. We'll see. Like I said, if I do go next year, I won't be spending a lot of money on the badge. I'll probably just go as community and do and hang out downstairs mostly.
Yeah, I don't see why you'd bother going into the expensive part. It's what the fun social part of it's all
outside.
Going to be sort of It
really was. It really was most of the stuff, and we all ended up walking over to the other hotel, go to that bar. So I mean, it's. You want to get into VidCon, but you don't have to go upstairs and shit.
Shit. All right.
God damn you, Luna. God damn you to hell.
I'm sorry.
But as far as the bus ride, a lot of people said, why didn't you stream it? I did get the extra data. I didn't stream a lot because it really didn't, like Landon will tell you. You got to find the opportunity. It really wasn't the opportunity to do it because, I mean, the bus was more quieter this time. It was kind of and I didn't want to, you don't want to be rude. So I really didn't have a lot of opportunities to stream on the bus, but it was actually probably one of the better bus trips I've taken because before I go, the people who drive the bus, the drivers are nicer now. They all seem nicer. Nice. And I think it's because I think they got in trouble because, a few weeks ago, there was a driver who fell asleep on a bus. They recorded it and she was rude, being an asshole. I think Greyhound has talked to all their employees and like, you got to be nice. So they were really super nice. I don't give a fuck if it was fake. It was super nice. And so it was a nice trip. I met a couple people I rode with, a couple travel buddies, but it was a little different this time. So I didn't really, but honestly, I'm glad I did get the extra data because I got to watch Netflix and keep me from being completely bored.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah. And by the way, what I'm watching right now is The Office. I never really sat down and watched The Office. Now I'm addicted. It's a good show.
Not bad. I'm watching, what's that, Brooklyn Nine-Nine or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's fucking pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I want to do this before I go. I want to publicly thank Landon for being such a great friend, and a great supporter of mine. You're an amazing person. I do really appreciate you. I don't want you to ever think that I don't appreciate the stuff you've done for me. You have been amazing to me, and thank you.
And you are welcome kindly.
Man,
Thank you for being you.
I'm all y'all. So sweet. But I want to thank everybody for their support. Everybody in the chat room now, from even the ones who like be criticizing me all the time, like Galen, you fucking asshole. No, Galen is very awesome, and he's always been there for me. I know if I need a friend to talk to at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can call Galen. Like if I'm depressed or something's happening, I can call Galen, and I know that. And I really appreciate that. And Luna's been amazing. Red Eye, we all know Red Eye's my yes man.
Yep. Yes.
See?
Yes, I am. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Emphatically, yes.
Yes. And to all the people I've met this past week at VidCon, thank y'all for making it so much fun. I appreciate y'all. There's a couple of them in the chat room right now, like Ryan himself. Dude, really enjoyed me and Landon really enjoyed hanging out with you and your buddy at the bar that night. It was really fun, and I'm glad you came out and hung out with. They drove like 30 minutes just to come out and hang out with us, and that was really great.
Yeah, so, thank you kindly.
I ignore you. I do not ignore you. That's a lie. I love you, dude. I just, shut up, Galen. I'll beat you up. Anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, tomorrow, who we got on tomorrow? Swekta, Animancer, Marshall Manson. And then next week, we've got Captain Kirsch. We've got other people on, I forget.
And you know who else you got?
Who?
Pimpmunk. Pimpmunk's going to be on.
Better be a fat son of a bitch. He signed a contract. See you later, guys. See you guys later. See you
Ciao.
Later.
Bye, y'all.